I'ma need y'all to pop a squat, get some wine. If you're watching this in the morning, get your coffee, get some tea, whatever. Because we're gonna have a little chat. We're gonna sit down, we're gonna talk, we're gonna jump straight into it, okay?
She loyal, she cute, putting all that bullshit on mute. She fleet, she smart, in her body, a work of art.
Hello. Yes, different scenery, different vibe. What is going on, you guys? Welcome or welcome back to my channel. It is your girl, Choice, the one, the only, okay? And you made the right choice by clicking this video, so go ahead and make a better choice and click subscribe. You already know the vibes, okay? I just felt compelled to do this video, and I don't want to say for some odd reason, for some weird reason. No, it's the pot has been boiling for a little while. Like, it's been on simmer. I don't know if that was a good analogy, but anyways, I told y'all to get y'all wine because I got mine, okay? I got my wine. Let me take my first sip. I had to sniff it. This is Moscato. I also got me some water because always gotta stay hydrated, you already know. So I wanted to make this video because as the day was going on, I just was so proud of myself. And I don't want to toot my own horn or whatever, but I feel like I'm tooting it now because I never used to do that. Like, so it's like now I need to toot my own horn. I deserve to toot my own horn. And that is because I feel like before now I was just so different. I was so different. I changed a lot. And I always knew, not always, but like maybe around like 17, 18 years old, I knew I needed to change something about myself because I was very aggressive. I was ready to fight all the time. Obviously that pulls in with aggression, but I really didn't know what it was at that time because I wasn't unhappy. I was very happy. I was doing YouTube heavy back then. I was like doing good on YouTube, but it wasn't a thing where it is now, like, you know, getting paid off of YouTube. And I mean, you know, people was getting a coin, but I wasn't doing it to get paid off of YouTube, which is how most people my age, when we started off organically and didn't think like, oh, this is about money and yada yada yada. But that was just a time period thing because I did do YouTube for a long time and stopped for a long time, and now I have been very consistent on YouTube again. But I just say that to say, when I was like consistent back then on YouTube, I was in school doing my thing, I was moving, I was motivated, but there was still like something off, and I just did not know what that was. And this is why I feel like everybody needs therapy. And no, BetterHelp did not sponsor this video. But you can, baby, you can, okay? Hit me up. I started to give myself therapy because I just felt like I needed some sort of change. And I don't know what it was that, you know what? It was Darwin that started to open my eyes in situations that they was like straight shut in, like, you know what I'm saying? So basically when we would get into disagreements and stuff, he would call me out, like just like I would always call him out, but he would also call me out, which I really love that about him because I don't like a yes man. I don't like that. I don't like a person like that in general. So of course I'm not gonna like that in my partner, in the person I'm dating, or whatever the case. So I started to like not like certain things that I was doing that would bother him and stuff like that, because I would put the shoe on the other foot. Like, nah, because if he did that to me, I would be tight. And I'm gonna keep it a buck with myself. So that's pretty much what sparked me wanting to just change, like, my aggression, because I was very aggressive. I was also a little bit clingy, but I was clingy because he was clingy. I feel like we was both clingy because I was never clingy in previous situations. So I feel like because he was showing me all this attention and stuff that I liked and that I wanted, that I was like happy about, I would do the same, like, you know, reciprocation. And I started to slightly change those things until they disappeared, basically. And and don't get me wrong, this took years, okay? Like, it was so crazy. Like, we used to just argue for nothing, literally nothing. Not recently, but there has still been recent times where like we would still just back and forth real quick for no reason, like for nothing. But obviously we're parents now, so it's like, it's kind of different. He has nothing to do with the reason why I'm making this video, because it is really about me, but he did spark change for me, basically. And not that he was all grounded himself, because he wasn't, but in a way he was more mature than me at the time, because certain things I was very immature about because of previous situations. It's so crazy how much I've grown, which is what is making me make this video, because now it's just way past the relationship. Because of that one little spark, I just feel like that just made me so good at being a mother. That just made me have better patience as a mother in dealing with situations with other people outside of being a mother, outside of my relationship. Like, I feel like I have much more patience now. I feel like I'm just in a better headspace. I just respond way differently than I would before. I would be quick to like argue with you, combative with anybody. Like, you know, with your partner, you're gonna do that way faster than you do that with anybody else. No. I was doing it regardless. I don't care who you are, what did you say? I don't care if you try to skip me in a line outside. I'm gonna say something to you. If we're in the store and you brush me too close, I might deck you. I just had bottled up tension, like, bro, tension just within me. And obviously I had to deal with my own stuff, my inner, you know, self had a lot of issues, and I had to figure that out on my own. So I had to realize that even though Darwin sparked that up for me, he couldn't change that. He couldn't change that in me. If it wasn't for me to be like, yo, you right, I need to figure this out, it wouldn't have gotten figured out, because only you can do anything that needs to be done in your life. Anything. Only you can do it like you. Only you know how much you need of something. Only you know how little you need of something. Only you. It's so cliche, but if you can't do it, no one else can do it for you. Like, literally, it's not like going to the store, like, oh, can you go to the store for me? Like, this is not that. This is not that. It also does help to have people around you that realize your growth and, you know, see that you're trying and stuff like that. That really helps. And also, you're gonna lose a lot of people on the way, because the people that's gonna stick to you are people that are growing too. Like, if you're not growing and you still back there and I'm over here, it's just not. And if it's your relationship too, like, if you gotta let that person go, let them go, because they're holding you back. And you can grow past somebody as well, because a lot of people stick to people that were there for them in certain situations in certain times and da-da-da. Like, you could have been there for me then, but if I've been there for you too and I need you now and you're not here for me, not saying you're side by side with me every step of the way, no, I'm not that type of person. I'm very, very low maintenance. Very, very. So if you can't keep me happy in a friendship, in a partnership, like, that is really crazy. That's really crazy. I just really started choosing me. I just really started choosing me. And yo, it's so weird, because it's like, I don't know. It's like I know how I got here, but I can't put a finger on it at the same time. Because people say all the time, like, you gotta put you first in order to be happy and da-da-da-da. But I felt so happy Even though I was having these outbursts and stuff like that, like I felt genuinely happy. I was laughing every day. I was eating good. I was housed. I was clothed. It wasn't terrible. You know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't having a terrible life. So I didn't understand. I just didn't get why I would have so much bottled up anger in me. You know what I'm saying? Until I started to think about things and unpack things that I've been through and whatever have you. You know, therapy. You can start off being your own therapy. Of course, I would journal. Like I've been a journaler even then. I had my little depressive states and moments and stuff like that, little anxieties, little panic attacks and all of that stuff. I had that, but it was little spurts of it. Like it wasn't so constant until I started getting older. It was constant. Like once I started, like, and which is crazy because I was already trying to grow and fix myself. Like I was trying, I'm over here like with the screwdriver screwing in, like the car is overheating and I'm trying to pour on coolant, like, and it's just overheating and the coolant is being poured on it. Like that's a fire analogy, I don't care. That's what I felt like was happening, because I felt like I knew that things was going wrong, but I didn't know what it was, basically. So I knew I needed to change something, because I knew something was wrong based off of the way I was triggered and reacting off of certain triggers and stuff like that. It's just so deep. It's just so deep. But I'm just glad that I can acknowledge the person that I was and be happy for the person that I am today, and know that I'm still growing, and know that I am gonna see better days, and know that it's just not done. It's just not done, and it's never done, really, because life goes on. And then now I have a kid to look after, a child to take care of and be there for, and help his mind. Like, your mind is just the craziest thing, and to me that's the scariest, because I feel so very confident in protecting my son. I feel so confident in teaching my son and stuff, like, you know, surface level things. But when it comes to that mind, and those intrusive thoughts and things of that nature, child, that's another topic. With all of that being said, I'm proud of me. I just know that there's just a lot in store for me. I have been a genuine person. I do feel like people that notice their weaknesses and notice wrongdoings that they have done, and just notice the negatives about them, and could flip them and change them to a positive, or even try to, because it's hurting others and it's hurting yourself, and it could therefore hurt your kids in the future. Like, and so you try to change for the better. I could always commend and applaud a person like you, and I'm happy to be one of those type of people, because it's hard out here for a pimp, like, and it's easy to just stay the same. But that's why I keep people around me that want to grow. The relationships that I have with people that are not are short-lived. Like, I just cannot, like, I can't even talk to you no more. You being negative all the time, and you're draining my energy. It's so crazy how I used to hear people say that and feel like they was just like putting on. I know what that feels like. I'm very intuitive. I'm very good at reading people's energy. I can tell if you're lying. I don't care if I don't know you. I can sense a lot, and I've always been like that, even when I didn't know what was wrong with me. Now that, like, the internet is this big thing, and I'm starting to see that people say this a lot, and I don't know if they telling the truth, but I am. And anyone around me could attest. And this is why I kind of more so know who to keep around me and who to stay away from. I could tell if you being genuine or not, and it could be whoever is so close to you. Don't let that fool you. Don't let that fool you. Darwin told me that I'm an empath, and it's like I knew that, but I didn't know that. Like, I didn't put a word to it, basically. But I know that I can feel energies and stuff like that. Like, you can't lie to me. You can't play in my face, because I'm gonna know. Like, I've always been like that. I know another cliche thing is to say, like, what do they be saying? Something about the snakes in the grass, child. They be saying the enemy is the closest to you and all of this stuff. Certain things like that, it be true. So, I mean, sometimes it be true. It's not always true. So don't always think that the person next to you is like, no. It's not always true. But a lot of people hate to see you win. And it's because they want to win so bad that they don't want you to. And it's kind of weird. But I heard this lady say, people don't like to get help. People don't like to get help. They like to get attention. So they'll act as if they want help, and then if you try to help them, they basically won't take the help. They rather just complain and have you there as an ear and get attention. Basically, they just want attention that you're giving them, but they don't want to change anything for themselves. That bothers me. And I feel like most people are like that. Most people are like that. So when she said that, she ate. She ate that up, okay? Give her a plate. She really ate that up though, because everybody, I can guarantee you, everybody watching this right now knows a person that just calls and complains, or anytime you speak to them, they complain, or every time you see them, they complain. There's no conversing without a complaint, basically. But if you offer a helping hand, they're gonna decline your offer, or they will say something else negative that will get you tight, and now you don't want to help them. Or you might still try to help them and try to get them out of that because you didn't realize just now what happened. And so now you're in a cycle of trying to help people around you that really don't want the help. They just want you to be there to hear their complaints. Don't do that. Don't do that. Because now I'm worried about you, and since I'm an empath, you're burdening me, even though I don't know you're burdening me, because my heart doesn't take it like that, but my body is. Like, you're weighing me down. My heart literally wants to help you because either I love you, or I'm just that type of person that just wants to see everybody win and da 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 da. But you're just the type of person that wants to complain. And if I win a little bit more, you might try to downplay it and be like, oh, that's cool, that's nice. Stay away from those type of people too, because they just drain you. They drain you. Okay. Child, I could ramble about this all day. Instead of doing that, I'ma just let y'all know that I will be having a podcast coming very soon that y'all will be able to engage with me in. So it's gonna be a little bit different than this, but this will be just like an intro, giving you guys a little gist of what's going on. But if you're not already, make sure you follow my podcast channel. It's in my channel links. So if you go on my page and see the channels, it'll be right there. So you could just go over there and subscribe. And yeah, we should be having that first episode by next week, okay? Make sure y'all like this video to let me know how y'all feel about these little sit down and chit chats, you know what I'm saying? This is just the intro. Like I said, we will be deep diving in the podcast, okay? So like this video up and let me know. Comment down below and let me know like some topics y'all want to get into. All of that, like all of that. Don't hold back. Let me know what you thought about what I spoke about today. If you have a story you want to share in the comments, if you have anything you want to talk about, any advice on mental health, on staying true to yourself, or if you need any help on staying true to yourself or mental health or anything like that, comment that down below. Let's help each other, you know what I'm saying? Let's make this a community. It's all with love, but we keep it 100. It's with love, but we gonna keep it 100. at all times, okay? So, disclaimer right now, when that podcast comes and we keeping it 100, don't be alarmed. Don't be alarmed, okay? I love people. People love me. This is a community. We love each other. Cool. But people that love each other, keep it a buck. That's all I'm saying. All right. So subscribe to this channel. It's free. But also go subscribe to my podcast channel, Daily Choices. Okay. I'm so excited to finally start this podcast. I feel like now is the perfect time especially because I'm just in such a good headspace right now. Like I was saying earlier, like my response is different. Like I just feel like I am where I need to be mentally to be able to start a podcast. I've already had this idea. I've had my logo. I've had my photo shoot and all of that stuff, which y'all probably saw vlogs and vlogs and vlogs ago, and I never told y'all what the photo shoot was for. Y'all, that was what, a year and a half ago that I did my photo shoot for my podcast. And I'm like, do I need to start everything fresh and do everything? But I still love it. I still love everything. So I don't really necessarily want to do that. And plus, I do feel like the first episode might be coming out next week. So I don't really think that's necessary. Like, I'm still the same amount of cute as I was then. I did lose a lot of weight. I shredded off about 40 pounds since then, which is crazy. I'm also gonna do a video on that journey, but y'all just need to subscribe and keep up with your girl because I've been being very consistent. Subscribing is free, liking the video is free, commenting is free. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what you comment, child. I don't. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. As always, it is your girl Choice, the one and only, and we out of here. You heard me. Peace out.